Hey guys, so my name is Leon, and today we got an interesting episode of Big Brother 23. We're gonna recap episode 9. It's gonna be pretty interesting. I got some thoughts. We're gonna see a lot of, I would say, surprises in the next few episodes that are coming up. So that being said, let's just get right into it. So the episode starts off with Brent and Brittany being nominated for eviction by Xavier, who is the new HOH. Xavier right now, he is doing a good job of, doing what the house wants, not making too many waves in the house yet. And his target this week is Brent, who is somebody that thinks he has more allies than he actually has. He thinks he has most of the house and most of the house under his belt. He thinks the alliance, the Slaughterhouse Alliance from Frenchie's HOH, week one, still exists, and that Slaughterhouse Alliance is all but done. So he thinks that still exists. He thinks he still has his team from the Teen Twist and Whitney, Hannah, and Derek XDX. He still thinks he had those guys. So unfortunately, they all turn on him, and to the point where Derek X and Hannah do the HRH so they can make sure he's eligible to be nominated. Because if one of his teammates win the HRH, then he will probably be safe for the week. So it's unfortunate for him, but it is what it is. So let's just talk about it. So you see Xavier, apologize to Brittany, make sure Brittany knows that, she's not his target for the week, that she's just a pawn that's on the block. So to make sure that Brent is most likely will be going home because no one's going to blow up Brittany at this point. Because even though Brittany doesn't have many allies, she's at this point right now somebody who's kind of decently likable and somebody that not many people at house see as a threat to win the game. Not to say that she's playing a horrible game, but she's playing a okay game. No one is threatened by her yet until probably mid jury. Anyways, you see Azza and Derek F comforting Brittany because she's a teammate in the Teen Twist along with Frenchie, who's the only house, and they're all working together and making sure, they're both making sure that she's okay and not really sad about it, and it's mostly is a lot of Brent being thinking that he knows that he's a big threat. He knows he's a target for Xavier, but what he doesn't know is that majority of the house wants him gone. Even though he knows that if he's on a block, he could have a good chance of going home, but he doesn't know that a lot of people, even his own allies, are telling him. Like Whitney, he thinks he has Whitney. Still, he thinks he still have Hannah and Derek X, but unfortunately, all of them are want him out. Like he tries to say that he has somebody like Alyssa. Alyssa wants him out. He thinks he has the likes of Kyla and Tiffany and Claire. They all want him out, and he's blind to it right now. And you will also see various parts of episodes where he tries to have conversations with his team. He has conversations with Hannah, saying that Brittany's done. Brittany's out here. I got the numbers, and there's a lot of Brent not knowing what's coming his way, and partially is a lot of his own doing. It's not that he's a bad player, but he overestimates his abilities in the game. And it's not, it happens because there's a lot of this season. I think the amount of real fans on the show, with someone like Brent, who in a different season could be naturally better at the game, but when you have so many people who know the show and know how the dynamics work and know how a physical threat like Brent could go very far if not taken out early, it just wasn't his season. Anyways, we're gonna go to the veto competition. We're gonna see a kind of version of ballerina where they spin around a few times and they're allowed to blow the balls up. And then this time they kind of had a interesting twist to it where you had to knock a certain amount of bowling balls. They all number 1 to 6, and you have to knock down at least 3 bowling balls so you can get the right number combination if you can win that. And you see here, the people participating is Derek F, Christian, Xavier, Brent, Whitney, and Brittany, who's the one of the nominees. So Christian ends up winning the power beater. I don't think Christian necessarily needed to win, but I think if I was Christian, I would do it to Xavier. But I'm glad that Xavier didn't win it either on his 8 choice, because I'm glad that Xavier, not say he threw it, but Xavier kind of wanted to win, but then part of him didn't. and I'm kind of glad that Xavier didn't win because if he won, they would seem more as someone who could win comps better. So having someone like a Christian win it, it's bad for Christian. It's great for Xavier because people were looking at Christian as someone who could win multiple competitions. Anyways, Brent knows that he might be a bit more screwed a little bit because he lost the competition, but he still thinks he has the numbers. And, when Thursday's a bitchin' episode comes, he's going to be in for a bit of a surprise. But, hey, as long as no one ruins the blind side and tells him beforehand, I think it'll be a fun episode to watch for tomorrow. So, yeah, as we all know, Christian decides not to use the veto. He leaves nominations the same. Brittany and Brent's going to be up there. And Brent, unfortunately, is in for a rude awakening as majority of the houses always turn against him. But hey, that's for tomorrow to see. So, yep, that's it for the recap. Thank you guys for watching, and more recaps coming soon, and adios.